Hey guys, working on a new board, starting it. I've actually kind of started it, but I haven't done anything really. The only thing I've done, and this is going to give it away, is I've removed this. It's a Frogger board set. You have the main board right here, and this is the soundboard. I think it has all the inputs. You know, it handles the inputs and all that, I think. Frogger. Pretty dirty. Yeah, so. I have plugged it in and turned it on. It comes up, the video's good, but it acts absolutely weird. It starts by itself, it coins up by itself, and it starts by itself. And then it starts in cocktail mode, and one player will start and just kind of, the frog will jump around on the bottom of the screen. And here, I'll show you. Let's plug it in and see what it does. And there's no sound. That's why I wanted to remove this, so that I have access to it. And it's not going to hurt that sound amp being on like this. So I want to go ahead and plug this in. Okay. Kind of keep them off there. Right. And I'm going to spin you around to the monitor. Zoom you into this monitor. Okay. And here we go. Turning on. See, there it is. And it did not coin up by itself, which is good. Let me see if I can coin it up. It doesn't seem to be responding. It's not responding to inputs. I'm trying to coin it up. It just won't respond. Yeah, I'm trying to coin it right now. Won't coin up. See, now it is. It's doing the whole cocktail mode thing. And it is started. It did start a game. Let me start over. And we'll turn it back on. Okay. See, there it goes, coining up itself. And it's starting a two-player game in cocktail mode. And the frog just kind of screws around down there a little bit. Usually, it ain't doing nothing now. It ain't moving. And I'm moving the joystick and it has no effect on it. So there are no controls. And you wait now, it'll start in cocktail mode and player 2 will come up. Yeah, see? And player 2 is moving all over the place. And I'm not doing anything. No sound. And the sound amp pops. When you turn it on, the sound amp pops. So I know the sound amp's working. Let's see, let's come over here. I'm going to turn it off. Now see if you can hear this amp pop through the speaker back here. Okay, ready? Did you hear that? Where's the sound volume? Where is the volume control at on this? Seems like I remember. This doesn't have, where's the volume control? Seems I remember Frogger having volume control underneath that thing. Underneath that. And I'm not seeing I'm not seeing volume control anywhere. This have an external volume control? Is that what's going on? Well, I need to look into that, because that might be the whole reason why I don't have volume. Because I don't see a volume control knob. Yep, I'm going to have to look into that. See if there's an external volume coming off of the edge that was in the cabinet, because I did not know that there was such a thing. I always thought that Frogger had it on board. I'm sure of it, that Frogger had it on board. So this must actually be a different version, because Konami did make this, and this one is actually stamped Sega. So this must be, there must be the Konami board. I don't know any of this for sure. There must be the Konami board, this Sega board, and then there's another Sega board that looks like a Pac-Man board. So there must be 3 flavors of boards for this. I'm going to go ahead and, you know, look up some documentation and find out about volume control. I'll be right back. I'm just doing a little work on this guy. Oh, I need this, I need this, and I need this. I decided to go through and replace sockets on this thing because they are generally just nasty. So, and I'm going to go through and test the 2 RAM chips. I'll probably dump the ROMs and make sure they're right. And I gotta wash this board, it's pretty dirty. So let's go ahead and flip this guy over. Okay. Oh, this is going to be a pick and place, a pick and pull type of deal. So I need to plug in my soldering iron. I need to change the iron tip. And kind of maneuver that. We'll use chisel tip. Can't see which one I want to use. Remove this for a minute. Yeah. There we go. Okay, put that back there. Okay, fire it up and put that back here because we're going to pick and pull all of the pins out of there. Okay. All right, let's get started. And this thing does have an external volume pot. There's a little harness that plugs in right here. That's the external volume control. So I'll fashion something. Right now this thing, the inputs don't work, and I'm pretty concerned over these 2 guys because these port processors are what work the inputs and stuff. Programmable port processors. Alright, let's come over here and get this guy. Alright. Let's try to get these guys. Tight quarters in here. I gotta clean the pins off. Okay. Alright, there's those. Okay, and yep. Okay, now let's do this. Replace these sockets with some good sockets and clean the ROMs. Make sure the ROMs are good. Make sure the files are good. Okay. Now we gotta go over here left-handed and get these. Nice and nasty and oxidized. You know what we're going to do? Clean up pins. Yes, I'm removing the whatchamacallit socket, the machine pin socket. Number one, it looked like it had looked like it was corroded. Number two, I don't like them. Alright, I'm going to have to borrow the this and take a good look. See which ones I need to do again. Which I can't hardly see what's going on. Definitely the fourth one up over here. Maybe this one too. I think that might have it. It's going to have to take some coaxing to get it out. I hate these damn sockets. Sometimes it's just not a pretty process to get these damn things out of the boards. Which is exactly another reason why I don't like using these damn things. Forget about getting them out. Getting them out is not easy. But in the end, this is a ground rail, so I'm going to heat that up and kind of get it as I heat it. And let me zoom in close to it. See what kind of damage I did. And someone had broke a trace on here and there's work done. See, that's another thing too, is I want to see if there work is needed here. That was a broken trace, so I'm going to remove these guys. Yes, who knows what kind of work was done on this. So yeah, it looks like I destroyed one trace right here, which whatever. Getting this stupid thing out, you know, these are going to be fun too, but I have to remove those because there's prior work here, and I can't trust the prior work. So we got that out. That's good. Now we can go ahead and remove these pins. Yeah, pad gone. Looks like I destroyed that pad. These sockets suck. Let me grab this and get a good look. It's hard to tell what's going on here. It's those pins. These pins of these machine sockets take up so much of the through hole that it's hard to really tell what's going on, if the solder's clear or not. I think they actually, well, that one doesn't, that ground doesn't really look clear. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Okay. There's two traces pulled up. You know, it's kind of a hack job, guys, but what can you do when someone uses these piece of shit sockets? You know, when you're cleaning up after prior work and someone chooses to use those sockets, it makes it really difficult, irritating. irritating. The way I see it, there's no benefit of using machine pin sockets in arcade hardware. There's no benefit to it. Use a good dual wipe socket. You're going to get just as good a connection. It's easier to put the chips in, and in the case you need to remove the sockets, it's easier to remove them. That is my opinion on sockets. And just regular solder tail dual wipe sockets are way cheaper. Had to clean it out. Sometimes this old solder just does not want to come out. I'm going to give a little shout out to Sam over Sam's Arcade. I believe his YouTube channel is S. Verlander. I would suggest rebranding your channel to Sam's Arcade. That would be my suggestion. But he is doing a lot of repair work and stuff over there. It's really pretty cool. You guys should check out his channel, Sam's Arcade. I think it's just S. Verlander on YouTube. Sam, you should rebrand your channel. Good grief. I will have to do some trace repair. Just a couple traces were pulled, unfortunately. This is what it is, guys. I mean, these boards are not... This board should have never had those sockets put in it, because the through holes are not... These through holes are so tight, you know, some boards, not all boards are made the same. Heck, I wouldn't use those on any board though, so I would never, ever, ever consider using those sockets ever in any case. I might have to get this from the top. No, we got it. These guys right here, 8255A-5 port, they're port processors. It's the processors that are programmable, whatever. They have ports. I don't have any of these, and I just bought on eBay. I went ahead and I bought 10 of them. Whenever I come across something on a game that I don't have, I usually buy some in. So these guys right here, I bought 10 of them. And after going through the logic, hopefully it's just a logic problem, it's not these. But after going through the logic and everything, if I'm still having issues, then I'm going to suspect this guy, because the inputs, when you push a button or go up, down, left, or right, it comes right into one of these guys. I think it's this one. It comes right into that, and then it's processed in this somehow. So yeah, different hardware here. Sure. Alright, where were we? Alright. Come on. Those were resoldered or something? Ugly. A lot of times, if you just go over these like this, it cleans them. That's all I'm doing, is cleaning these pads. There's the one I destroyed. What a disastrous, dirty dirt ball board. Yeah, to clean these up though, you know, on a board like this, that has got a lot of oxidation and dirt, a little corrosion, nastiness. This is how you clean the pads. Make sure you get a good solder. When you put the new CPU socket in, or new ROM sockets, you want to make sure you get a good solder flow. You want clean pads. See, like that pad right there has a little trace going off of it. You want to make sure that solder gets to that good. Really covers this. Really covers this whole pad good when you do solder it. That's good. I have to do all of these. Just, it's a mess. Oh, there's a broken one. That's a disaster. That's broke. And this way also helps me see what's broke. Those are pretty clean. Goodness. This is tedious. Tedious, guys. But I don't know if I've ever seen a board this nasty. Poor Frogger deserves to be cleaner than this. We're going to treat Frogger like the classic that it is. With the royal treatment. Of course, along the way there's been a couple bumps and bruises, but we'll take care of that. Come on. What's going on? Now it's just need to put more solder to it, I think. Just doesn't want to suck up this nasty solder. Okay, I think the pads are good and clean now. Now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to wash this board. I'm going to spray it really good with Simple Green. I'm going to scrub it good and get all of the dirt and grime off of it. And then we'll inspect it really good. See what kind of trace repairs we need to do on it and go from there. So next thing, when I come back, this will be crystal clean, sparkly. We'll be back. Alright, we're all cleaned up. I told you it would shine, sparkle. I'm pretty happy with it. I do have to do a little trace repair, but on these RAMs, you know, these RAM chips need to be some repair work done here. That guy, of course, oops. Oh, let me get something to point with. Where are we? Where are we? Okay. That guy's broke. That guy needs to be reinforced. It's not quite broke, but and then moving up here, see this trace right here is pulled up right here, and then this one is also pulled up. It's right here. So I'll put those down and put a wire down, and then I have to put this one goes here and to this, and then that one goes here and then to this. So trace repair there, and then there's a destroyed trace right here. Gotta fix that. That's it. That's the trace repair to be done. It came out pretty clean. I'm pretty happy with the way it came out. It was nasty. It's not nasty no more. Pretty clean. It'll solder good. All the pads are good and clean. So it'll solder nicely. So I think the next thing I'm going to do, and now you can actually read the chips now too. That's pretty good. That's a bonus. 74, the 32, 4066, 4066, bunch of analog switching sounds. And some flops. Basic stuff. 7408, 7408, 7408. I think those gates buffer the Z80's address bus. Yeah, basic stuff. Cool. So these are the question mark right now. And I do have, I bought some of these, and they were tested working is the way they were billed as. So I'll trust it. They're original, you know, original Intel badged parts. I can tell by the picture that was. So they're not knockoff fake Japanese or Chinese crap. So, and they're, you know, they're from here in the U.S. So I know they're. I'm fairly confident they're good. So. Yeah. Alright. So I'm going to go ahead and test the RAM chips. The two 2114s that were in the board, I'm going to dump the ROMs, make sure the ROMs are good. And then we'll be ready to repopulate this little guy right here. And see what we get. Alright. We'll get to that next.